Hello once again, audience. I am TwinsPlayTurget, and this is What Am I Doing with My Life quizzes. Okay, so today we're going to be looking at Can We Guess Your Age by What You're Afraid Of? Screams Silently by Kevin Smith of BuzzFeed staff. Okay, let's go. Okay, which of these are you most afraid of? Heights, holes, small spaces, germs, flying, crowds, roller coasters, clowns, deep water. Well, I mean, sometimes these two might be a little similar if you catch my drift. And by that I mean a small hole in the ground, of course. Nothing sexual or misogynistic, of course, naturally. We can't have any misogyny on this show. Yeah, okay, we got flying. Flying's pretty shit, I'll be honest. My experiences with it aren't perfect. Less than enjoyable, which involved me wanting to throw up whenever I smelled the plain food. As you do. Roller coasters, completely horrible, boring as hell, don't enjoy them, don't see the fun of them. If you have to get your fun from a rush of adrenaline, I feel like you may need to reevaluate your life. Clowns. Some cool, some spoopy as fuck. Deep water. Cool story. Let's just go the good old fashioned heights. Just good old fashioned heights. Nothing too weird or unordinary. Not quite sure why my thing is recording two images of interesting. It's recording two things here. I can see it double. Oh well, who cares? Okay, which one of these is the scariest? Ugh. Storms, needles, blood, feet, darkness, fire, ghosts, public speaking, and rats. Yeah, well, feet are pretty spoopy. There's nothing like a very scary foot. I'm sure normally people tend to like feet more than hate them. Just a heads up there. Sorry. Rats. Well, last time I checked, we got rid of the bubonic plague mostly, so don't really need to worry about that. Fire. Well, if you've seen my mixtape, you know that I create fire, so I ain't really scared of it. We got good old needles, those are pretty spoopy, them causing autism and all the good kinds of fun stuff like that. 9/11 was an inside job, just a heads up. Blood. Blood. Well, I tend to spill enough of it, and seeing as I dye my head red with the blood of my decapitated enemies, I like to hope that I'm not too scared of it. Public speaking, yeah, I can do public speaking pretty good, boys. That's one of my strong talents. It's the only thing that I'm actually good at in my life. Let's say ghosts, because ghosts are pretty spoopy. What animals are you most afraid of? Okay, well, I'm just gonna instantly go ahead and cross off 3 from this list, that being crocodiles, spiders, and snakes, because I live in Australia, and those things are about more common than your American soccer mum. Next, coyotes, yeah, whatever, they're really just a overgrown, undomesticated edition of a dog. Oh look, dogs, also not scary. Huh, what a coincidence they're on there as well. Black bears. I feel like that's racist. You're comparing black people to animals, so you're gonna have to rename that to rainbow bears. Just a heads up there, BuzzFeed. Just check your privilege a little. Is this guy? Is the guy who wrote this white? We just need to check. Nah, it's all good. It's all good. Then never mind. He's all good. He's a African American, or African, or some other type of black person. Some other species of black person. Sharks, probably probably should have mentioned this again. It's Australia. We practically eat those for breakfast. Just kidding, I'm not Japanese. Let's go with some pretty... Those pigeons can be pretty scary, you know, like... If you ever seen an angry pigeon, like, oh, you better fucking run, boy. Those things are gonna peck your eyeballs out, you know. Which bug are you most afraid of? Let's see here. Bedbugs, what am I, 12 and impoverished and living in Africa in shit conditions? No, thank you. Bedbugs don't really scare me. Cockroaches? Well, I mean, I tend to know enough cockroaches in my life to not really fear them. More realize how useful they can be when I kill them. I mean, what? Ants, there's way too many of them to be scared of. They're way too easy to kill. Don't even worry about them. Lice, yeah, lice are pretty solid, you know. I mean, they're not really scary, more annoying. So take that as you will. Cicadas, I don't know why I'd be scared of them. They're just really fucking irritating, a bit like the lice, you know. Nothing like that deep dark humming constantly when you're trying to get to sleep really appreciates. You know, we got the beetles. Who really cares about beetles? Oh look, we have centipedes. Now centipedes, they're pretty scary, you know. We don't want any centipedes in here. You know, so a lot of they can be actually very toxic, you know. But if you cut off the head, they're actually quite edible, you know. As long as it's only good if you cook them a little bit though. So let's just say centipedes, you know. Okay. Which Disney villain scares you the most? Okay, let's see. We got Ursula, Maleficent, Captain Hook, the Queen from brackets from Snow White, Hades, Gaston, Scar, Jafar, and Cruella de Vil. Well, I mean, first of all, let's just cross off Gaston, because who could be scared of that sexy man chest hair? You know, come on. Who could be scared of that? Then we have Scar, you know, he's pretty thick, pretty sick lad, you know, do quite enjoy him. Really love that green smoke. It does make me wonder what he's been smoking that gets it that colour, but I won't question that too heavily. Hades, I mean, I know that blue hair looks good on some people, but god damn, that is pretty cool looking, you know, so I quite like that guy, you know, he's pretty solid for our age mythology as well, so, you know. Ursula just looks like your average American woman with white hair instead of whatever colors they may have, you know, maybe she's like aging late 50s or 60s. Maleficent's pretty horny, you know, so I don't really think I'd be scared of her, you know. I think I've got plenty of ideas, you know. She can pluck my wings, if you know what I'm referring to and know what I mean. Hey, Captain Hook, I hope he's right-handed, otherwise he's going to be having balls bluer than the ocean that he sails on. We have the Queen from Snow White, not really scary, looks more like some sort of soccer mum after her child loses a match. Jafar looks a bit stereotypically racist. Luckily this, as I said, this quiz was made by a black guy, so it can't be white privilege, so we're all good there. And then we have the complete lack of white privilege in Cruella de Vil, you know, because she's grey, white, and black. Now that is the multiculturalism, but multiculturalism scares me, because I'm a cis white male scum, and I don't like those sort of things, so let's just go with her. Pick an offensive food. Well, WYD, I'm assuming that's what are you doing? We have corn tacos, that looks like popcorn to me. Fruity Pebbles Surprise, Banana Steak Surprise, Diet Cheese, and Ramen Special number 7. I don't even know what that is. But see, that's 2 balls there, so I reckon I'm okay with that. The Banana Steak Surprise, I mean, if you get rid of the tomato sauce off the bananas and put the rest of that onto the steak, it actually probably wouldn't be too bad. You have some, here we have some lovely plastic cheese on some lettuce, you know, that's some real good, healthy, solid eating right there. You know, I reckon I could probably chow down on one of those. Corn tacos, I mean, I don't really like popcorn myself, you know. I mean, I'll eat it, but it's not really my favorite food, you know. Then we have the Fruity Pebble Surprise. Now this looks like a good solid American food right here. I reckon I could chow down on one of those. And then we have the very epitome of white privilege itself. Considering this is written by a black guy, I feel like that makes it even more offensive. The Ramen Special Number 7, featuring another 2 slices of plastic cheese. Now, I mean, due to my inner feminism being triggered slightly here, I think I'm gonna have to go with that, because that is some good cultural appropriation right there. Thank you very much. Okay, and looks like this is the last question, so we got to think very carefully about this one. Okay, so we have, which of these is the worst? Farting during sex, slipping and falling in a very public place, having to move back home with your parents indefinitely, being trapped in an elevator for 5 hours, getting literally 0 likes on an Instagram photo, and realizing you picked the wrong major in your senior year. Now, see, if we look on the bottom left one with the getting literally 0 likes on Instagram, that one's not really, that one's not really the worst. That's more just kind of sad, you know, as it shows that you should probably go outside a bit more instead of spending the next 5 hours being trapped in, your phone, trapped in your own mind. Slightly different, but still pretty similar. Realizing you picked the wrong major in your senior year. Now, being in my senior year myself, I have to feel that this one probably hits a little too close to home, but it's not really angry, it's just sad. Part 2, a bit like a depressed onion cutting itself. So, you know, I don't really mind too much. Slightly regretting my life decisions right now, but hey, I'm making a YouTube video, who doesn't? Having to move back home with your parents indefinitely. We'll see, being the 40-year-old virgin that I am, I still live with my parents, namely in their basement, so this one doesn't really have an effect on me. Slipping and falling in a very public place, I do that all the time. People think it's hilarious. There's no worries there, you know, it works. It's a good way of getting deprecating humor if you're really interested, but farting during sex, oh boy. If she lets the doggy off the chain whilst I'm doing the doggy on the chain, you know, that's just a big no. That's 34, dang. That is the most accurate BuzzFeed quiz I've gotten, except it's wrong by more than twice. That's just kind of sad, isn't it? You know? Interesting. I'm 34 years old. Jesus, I didn't see that one coming. Have I been stuck in a, some sort of petrification for the past 10 years? You know? Petrification or something? I don't know. I'm not really sure what it's trying to get at, but I'm not gonna question it. Let's just see some of the comments first, you know, it's gotta be some of the comments. For the bug one, there should have been an all of them answer. Wow, aren't you the saddest human being alive? Bugs are meant to be squished, not scared. They can actually taste quite nice as well, if depending upon what we're talking about. I feel like I just picked one randomly because I couldn't scroll fast enough, or maybe you should start using the sidebar instead of your mouse wheel. It normally does tend to help with scrolling pretty quickly. If they had ticks, then I would have picked it. Lice is close because it's a parasite, and I fucking hate parasites. Well, see, the thing is, you're on a BuzzFeed quiz, which is a parasite, so I think you're slightly contradicting yourself there, but I may have to confirm. I'm mostly afraid of Gaston because he seems the most likely to slip the date rape drug. Well, see, the thing is, it's not rape if we're both crying. Plus, I mean, even if he did, who could resist that manly chest hair? I think I'd probably enjoy it anyway. Oh, that's what Cruella de Vil is from, the 101 Dalmatians, so that's why she hasn't got any white privilege, because it's Dalmatians, that makes sense. Holy shit, mark this. June 12th, 2017. BuzzFeed got my age correct, 34. A childish 34, but 34 nonetheless. apparently they call me an adult. Well, see, they called me an adult. I mean, it's correct, but see, I don't think they got quite accurate. Maybe they should have, like 10 brackets mental age 34, so probably would make it a little bit more accurate. 29. I hate it when they just give us the answer without an explanation. Is there no reason these feed made them guess that age? Is it just me who hates that? Because they're fucking BuzzFeed. They don't need to give you an answer. Stop triggering me. Okay, I think I'm gonna finish reading that up before I get too triggered, so I'll just pass that up. Anyway, guys, this has been Can We Guess Your Age? Depending upon what stuff you hate. And I am Suicidal Tendencies. If you enjoyed, please be sure to hit that dislike button or like button, depending upon how much you hate BuzzFeed and how much you hate me. I mean, I hate myself quite a lot. If I wasn't me, I'd probably hit the dislike button as well. If you're also wanting to watch more, you can always hit the subscribe button in the once in a blue moon opportunity that I do upload, because I only really upload when I want to upload. I don't force myself to upload because I feel like I wouldn't enjoy this if I forced myself to upload. I don't think it would be something I'd want to do if I forced myself. I don't know how those people do the weekly uploads. I mean, I guess some of them may actually genuinely enjoy this, but that's their choice, and I make my choice. Anyway, yeah, so I guess I'll see you next time. Just kidding, I'm gonna kill myself after this. Bye.